Hey there, it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy. And if you're part of my stamp club, grab those June packets and let's put the cards together. Okay, so we're going to start with our packet here. This blue side, I guess you'll call it, like this, all this blue. This is just the third card I made for you. I hope you like it. I think it turned out really pretty. Okay, go on. And then of course you have your catalog tabs. You can take those out and put those on your catalog. If you have any questions, be sure and let me know. But we need this pack. This is the second card. We'll do that one after. We're going to start with this card here. Make sure you don't lose that little Brad. I'm going to set mine up here out of the way so I don't lose him. Let's go over the pieces of cardstock that are in the packet here. And of course, well, I got my ink. I'm going to use Memento Black, but we're going over the packet. So we have our card base, which is scored for you 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and we'll just fold on that score line. We don't need that right now. We're going to set that aside. Ooh, I should show you the card though, huh? So the card looks like this. This is the one that I made for my sample, and then this is the one that we made today at Zoom. So you'll have two references there. Okay, back to our card pieces. You have this little piece of basic white that layers on that blue piece. We'll set this. We need this one to stamp on. Then you have several other pieces of basic white. Now one of them is slightly bigger than the early espresso. This is going to be the inside of your card, just so you know. And then the one that layers on the front of it with just an itty bitty border, this is going to be the front. So make sure you keep those separate, inside and front. And then of course this is just the scrap that we're going to stamp and fussy cut some stuff with. Okay, let's start with the front of our card, which is that one. Make sure it's the one that layers on the early espresso piece. Looks like that. Okay, and I'm going to bring in a Pierce mat and a piece of scratch paper. Ooh, yeah, here we go, so that I don't get ink all over my Pierce mat. So we're going to stamp off a little bit. Then using that branch from the stamp set, let me show you. We'll be using this stamp right here, the branch. We're going to cover our cardstock here and make it look, there we go, make it look like you're in the jungle. The one thing that you need to pay attention is that where you want your monkey to swing from, you need to make sure that branch comes out like a little above center, or a little above the middle up here in the center. Do you see what I'm saying? So one of my branches, I'm going to make sure that goes right where I want that monkey. All right, let's go ahead and stamp and see what happens. So I'm going to start up here. I'm going to just stamp one right there. And then this is going to be my, I'm going to call it my monkey branch. So I'm going to stamp him about there, and then my monkey can hang from there. And then let's just fill in the blanks with a couple more so that my cardstock isn't plain Jane. Now, you see I missed there. I'm tempted to stamp it again, but I think if I color it and then hang my monkey over it, I'll be okay. So I'm going to let it go for now. Okay, so this one you can see, this one I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 branches. This one I have a short one and a couple longs and some short ones. So I think I'm going to be okay with my branches. Just something like that. You do what you like and it'll be unique to you. Okay, while we have our ink and stamps out there, this is the inside of our card. I'm going to just stamp a monkey, one just standing like this right here on the inside. Let that ink sink in, all right? Okay, and then on this scrap, let's do the little tag first, not the scrap, the little tag, that this is the one that fits onto the blue mat here. We're going to stamp just swinging by to say hi. I'm going to try to center that and get that right there. Let me make it easier on myself and get rid of that white. And there we go, white on dark, so much easier to see now. There we go. Let that ink sink in just for a second. And then we have that one. And then on this piece here, I'm going to stamp, we're done with the words, I'm going to stamp this monkey that's hanging here. So I'm going to take him Now this is the one that we're going to fussy cut. So I'm going to take and stamp him there. Nice. And then I'm going to bring that paper back in, because this one, then down here in the corner, I'm going to stamp that monkey that is standing there that punches out with the punch, and put him here. Now if you wanted the other face on the monkey, you could also stamp this one. We're just going to punch out the face of the monkey, and so I'm going to use this one, but you could also use this one. If you like this face, then don't punch out anything at all, but we're going to pump it up. So maybe you just fussy cut that one twice or something, because we're going to pop his face up just a little bit. And then last on that piece of paper, and I'm going to do directional with my bananas, I'm going to stamp as many as I can here, because depending how many branches you put on there and how many bananas you want to add to the front of your card depends on how many bananas here. And then at the end of my paper, I'm going to go this route. That way I'll show you at the end, but then we'll have a handle. Whoops, I forgot to ink up my stamp. Dang it. There we go. There we go. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I need more bananas, I can cut this and I'll add some more bananas there. But for now, especially since I have a lot of the stuff done already, we'll say they'll probably have enough bananas. Now, here's what takes a lot of time, and I'm going to start with this piece because I don't have this piece or the inside done yet, but now we need to color everything. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use the Stampin' Blends, and I'm going to start with Crumb Cake. And now I have the light and the dark here, but I'm only going to use the dark. You could shadow it and make it really pretty. I'm going to just do a quick color job since you're waiting on me to hurry and get the video done. And I probably should have done another one of these in advance, but I got other stuff done in advance instead. So real quick, just a little bit of coloring here. And I'm going to just use that bullet tip to color. Now, if you don't have the Stampin' Blends, you could use the colored pencils, you could use the Stampin' Right markers, you could use, you know, just a brush and some ink. Obviously, I can't color and talk at the same time, but real quick, let me just get that going there. There we go. Good, almost good enough. Now good enough. Then on those leaves again, I'm going to just use the dark of the Granny Apple Green. Get that dark. Just get these leaves with a little bit of color. We'll see how that leaf looks that I missed on the edge, that I didn't stamp very well, but I have a feeling when I color him, make him look full, he'll be just fine. I'm going to kind of just guess as what the leaf would look like. I'm going to get a little more of a point. There we go. That looks pretty good. And then we'll do this one. We're almost done here. A couple more leaves. There you go. Okay. Then some more coloring here. Now I have some Daffodil Delight Stampin' Blends here, and I would color my bananas. Half of them I'm going to color in the dark, or a few here and there. It doesn't have to be exactly half. And then some of them, I would color all of them, and then some of them I would color in the light, and then that way I have two different colored bananas. That way you get more contrast on the front of your card, but I would color all of them. I'm just not going to take the time now. Then for my monkey, I'm going to go ahead and color his face with the light. Let me look at the color. This is a light to medium Stampin' Blends, and it's in the natural tones. I'm going to make sure I don't get his eyes. I want his eyes to be white, but I'm going to just put a little bit of color on his face here. and then using the medium tones here. Did I say this was the light and this is the medium tone? There we go. I'm going to go ahead and color my monkey here. Just his face. You notice I just stamped his face like this. And then, of course, for this monkey, I would go ahead and color his face and those little spaces on the inside of his ears with the light tone, and then I would color the whole monkey with the dark tone. I've done it in advance so you don't have to watch me sit and color the whole thing. Okay, then I'm going to take my paper snips and I'm going to trim like this. Now, I would take, naturally, and fussy cut this little monkey out, but let me show you what I've done in advance. I have all my little monkeys so you don't have to watch me get it done. So here's the monkey, like I said. I would have him, I would fussy cut him, and then here's all those little bananas. I even took a scrap or some of that extra white and I cut out the banana that's been peeled away because I'm going to put that on the inside of my card. So let me get all these little bananas out of here. I don't know how many I have. I just have a bunch of them, and we'll use those on my card so you don't have to watch me excuse me, fussy cut. Now, like I told you, we stamp the bananas this way because when you go to punch them, it fits in the punch just like this. And then when you come to the end of your cardstock after punching those, you can turn it around, and then you still have this as your handle, and you can just punch and then move it in, you know, and punch again, and you won't have to worry about not having anything to hold on to. You'll have a handle with your paper. So that's how I suggest you stamp the bananas. And then with this guy here on the edge, we're going to slip him into the punch like this, and look, we're going to punch out that little face right there. That now you see we've colored it around the edge, and he looks like that. And like I said, I've already colored this one. I would color this one and then fussy cut them, but I did that in advance. Okay. Now, as fast as that, although you'll have to fussy cut and you'll have to color all of your pieces, I'm not going to bother to color the inside of my card, but I would color this monkey with the same colors, and then I would take this banana here and put it here, and so it would look like this when it's all said and done. But to save time on the video so you can do your own thing and you don't have to sit and watch, I'm going to just go like that. Okay, let me clean up a little bit. Now it's time to assemble the front of our card. Like I said, you'll have to do the inside at another time. The first thing we're going to do is take this little tag here, and we're going to put it onto that blue with just a little bit of tape runner. A nice little tiny border or mat here, and lay that just like that. And then with this little guy here, now notice when I fussy cut it, I left that little white in the tail there. That's where we're going to pierce it and poke our hole to put that brad through there. But on the back of him, and I had my glue not turned upside down. Oh, no, it's still good. I'm going to just put a little bit of glue on the back of his paws, hands, whatever those are, and just glue it right here to the front of our sign. Looks like he's holding on to that. Okay, now we're going to take this piece and that early espresso. Now be careful when you put this piece down. It is a very small border. Not our usual 1/4 border. It's 1/8, maybe it's 1/16. But we're going to put, can you see that? Let me find a piece of scrap paper so you can see how little that border is on this cardstock, like that. Okay, now let me find my pierce mat that I actually poke a hole through, lay that on here. I'm going to take and use my take a pick tool. Make sure I have one that has a pokey in. I'm going to poke a hole through my monkey's tail, like that. And then I'm going to poke a hole through the branch that I want my monkey to hang from. And now I want my monkey to hang from this one, So I'm going to poke my hole through both. You want to make it through the brown and through the white piece there. Okay, now let's find that brad again that I was determined I wasn't going to lose. We're going to put it through our monkey tail here. And then we're going to put it through our card. And then when I open this, I'm not going to make it too tight because I want to make sure that my monkey here has a good swinging action. Whoops. There you go, like that. Okay, so then just a few dimensionals on the back. Uh-oh, let me find some dimensionals. I put everything away after Stamp Club and now I can't find anything. That's what I get for putting stuff away, huh? All right, I can't find dimensionals. I'll have to cut the edges. Where did I put? Oh, well, we're going to just use edges of paper of my dimensionals here because I put my dimensionals away too well and now I can't find them. I like to put a dimensional here on the center. That way it holds my card nice and level, that it doesn't sag in the center. All right, take those backs off. And we're going to put this right on to that blue card base. Make sure my card opens right. Set this down so it's got a nice even border all the way around. There we go. Still swings nice. And then I'm going to take another, no, you know, I'm going to use mini dimensionals here. There they are. I got those. I can find those. I'm going to put 2 mini dimensionals right here over his eyes. Take those backs off. Now that's a scary looking monkey, isn't it? And then I'm going to just put this new face right over there and pop it up a little bit. And look how cute that is. So there he is, swinging by just to say hi. Now with all those little bananas, we're just going to add them to our card front. So I'm going to just randomly, no rhyme or reason, take and set my different color bananas hanging from the tree. Now I realize that this is not what a banana tree looks like, but look how cute that is when you just use your imagination and turn this regular old tree into a banana tree. Okay. As I go on, as I glue these on, I want you to know that this card is not my original idea. I cased it from, I believe it's Julie Stamping. Her daughter Andrea did a video, and I thought it was really cute. It was something clever with this bundle. We were using this bundle for club, and so I thought it'd be a perfect card to do at club. And I will have, I'm going to try a link on my blog or maybe here below the video where you can go and see her video and see what she did with the monkey, because mine's just a little bit different. Okay, let's put just a couple bananas here on this branch. I got a lot of glue on there, so I'm going to pick up some of that glue like this. So some's on here and put some on here, and that way maybe I won't have such a mess. I got a lot of glue on there. I might have to take my glue eraser, making sure that this doesn't, it can still swing a little bit. I don't want to totally stop my little sign. Yeah, I got way too much glue on there. Okay, I'm going to put a couple more down here. Let me clean my glue. Find a piece. It's all happy now. A scrap of paper here. And just let that. Well, you know what? I'm going to use that glue. I'm going to take that and I'll just dip my banana in there and then put it down here. Do the same thing with the other one. There's enough glue on there for him too. There we go. Alrighty, so there's our first card. Now, like I said, I would go ahead and color this. I'm going to take this little banana and put it in his hand after he's colored, and then I'll probably send this one out like, oops, get in the camera there, Kathy, like a birthday card. And look how cute that is. Later on, I will use my adhesive remover and get that glue off of there, and the adhesive remover will remove that nice and clean. Okay, that's card number 1. Take all these, I'm going to just throw all these little pieces right here and try to clean up as we go. Where'd my little baggie go? It's gone. We'll just set them on top of here. Okay, let's go on to the next card. Packet. Let me clean all of this up a little bit and get to where I can work again. Get rid of these sample cards. Bring in the next card. The next card looks like this. Look how cute. It's that little barrel of monkeys. Oh, look, I found my dimensional. Oh, no, those aren't those are empty dimensionals too. I still don't know where my dimensionals are. Oh, well. So here, let's talk about these pieces of cardstock. You have, first of all, I included an envelope in your kit because it's a slimline card, so it takes a unique envelope, so I added that in there. You have this Blueberry Bliss card base. You have 2 of these white, basic white. One is the front, one is the inside. And then you have several scraps of cardstock. Now, let's start with this yellow one. And your cardstock might look different than mine. I don't have all the pieces because, like I said, I've done a lot in advance. So with the yellow cardstock, you need 2, whoops, and I've already done the stamping and the fussy cutting, so you didn't have to watch me, but you need 2 of the little monkeys that look like this, or at least that's what I'm going to use. You need 1 little monkey that looks like this, and then I put 2 of these little monkeys on the front. These are the ones that you can punch out with the punch, and then I put 1 monkey and 1 little banana on the inside. So that's what you need from your yellow card base, or the yellow cardstock. Okay, this piece here, when I did the double oval punch, it happened to be here. I thought if you don't want to put the little monkey and you wanted to put happy birthday, that's a little bit bigger piece, so you could use that. I'm going to use the little monkey, so I'm going to use the smaller oval, and I'll just set this aside for another project. Whoop, I'm going to stick to my fingers. Okay, then with this red cardstock, and like I said, yours might look different than what's in my packet. You need to use, and we've used this a couple times, this cheerful basket. Hopefully you still have these dies, right? And we need 2 each of these 3 pieces right here. Cut out of those red cardstock. So it looks like this. I have them all cut and ready to go, so you didn't have to watch me do it. Let's get rid of this. So I have 2 of this piece, 2 of that background piece, and then 2 of those 3 little strips. So there's a long one, a medium, and a short, or a bottom, and a long one, a medium, and a bottom. Now, actually, we only need 1 of the long ones, so I'm going to go ahead and take and put him aside too. Let's go ahead first thing and make our barrel. So I'm going to take this piece here, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back, and I'm going to attach it to that background piece. And now my glue's not, there it goes. Like, now my glue doesn't want to come out at all. First of all, it's gushing out everywhere. And now, nothing. He might be, nope, there's still a lot of glue in there. I'm going to bring in my glue stand here and line him up that way. Okay, and let's put this one on here. Just that background piece. And then the same thing with this one. Hopefully my glue will cooperate a little better. Nope. Okay, fine. Oh, there we go. Just when you're going to give up, here you're going to, okay, I'll work. Okay, we're going to lay that one. Then with these little strips, I'm going to take those 2 bottom pieces. And you can kind of tell what they are. They're the smallest piece. They kind of have a rounded edge at the bottom. But I'm going to put this on my basket here. Put that right there. And I'm going to make sure that one side on that little piece in the center lines up nicely, and I'm not going to worry about this side. So let me show you close up what I'm talking about. See how this side lines up good with that layer on there, and this side kind of hangs over. We're going to cut that off so it doesn't matter anyway. Okay, then we'll do the same thing with this bottom over here. Well, there, oh, see, there's still glue in there. Put it over here, line it up with that. And then the middle piece, we're going to go ahead and just put it down on our barrel. Really, it's still a basket. We're going to turn it into a barrel. Okay, my glue is really irritating me now. I'm going to set that down again. I'm going to line it up with one edge and let it hang over the other side. And here, like that. Now I'm going to take those pieces and I'm going to follow along the edge of that middle layer. I'm going to cut away all of that back piece around the sides, around the bottom. If you have a bottom, my bottom is showing here. And then around the sides here. And just cut that down. I'm going to leave that little lip there because it doesn't matter. No, you know, in second thought, I changed my mind. I'm going to cut that lip off up here too. So now it looks just like that. Okay, let's do the same thing to the other basket. Cut away all that excess in the back. And I hope your eyes are better than mine. It's kind of hard to see where the excess is when you have red on red. But I did my research and I went online and found a barrel of monkeys and saw what the container looks like. And this is what it looks like. Okay, so we have an authentic barrel of monkeys. Okay, we got that already. Then we're going to take these two pieces and put them together. And then we're going to take, well, we're going to take this piece here and put some glue along that. And hold those two pieces of barrel together with that one piece. Okay, we just need a little more glue, a little more glue. All right, I give up. I tried. We'll use this one. This one has lots of glue. This one's gonna really come out. That's not gonna come out either. You ever have glue days like that? Let's try again. There he goes. Okay, a little bit of glue here. And hopefully I have enough on there that I can put it across here and hold those two together. I'm going to make sure it looks good like this. And it looks like these two are together back here, like that. And then I'm going to just trim this away so it matches our barrel. And do the same thing over here. And now we have the two baskets, except look, I look down here. This needs to come a little bit more. There we go. And now we have our barrel. Look how cute that is. All right, we're going to set that aside to dry. We have all of our monkeys. Now we need just our little blue words. So on this piece, and that scrap of blue that I already put away, we're going to stamp using Versamark. Here it is, using Versamark, and heat emboss some white words on there. Now when I heat emboss, I like to use my embossing buddy to get all the static off of there. So I would use my my embossing buddy like this on here, and then I would use all along this scrap of paper like this, because we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna stamp it 3 times here and once on here, and that's how we're gonna get the little happy monkey. I've already done this piece here, so I'm only gonna stamp on this one just to save some time. And the reason I want to show you, after you stamp on here, with the Versamark, and I suggest we use our Pierce mat. And this one without a bunch of pierces in it. There we go. Get a nice image when you have that Pierce mat with the clear stamps. Although now it's dark, I can't see it. Let's put a piece of white paper behind there so I can see. There we go, where my blue oval is. Just stamp that down. Make sure that ink gets a nice coat on the paper, and just like that. Now, if you can't see it, that's fine. And then make sure, like I said, you would stamp these. I've already done them in advance. I'm going to use my tweezers, my reverse tweezers here, to hold that little piece so I can dip it into my embossing powder. And then when I heat set that, I won't burn my fingers. I got a little bit of extra here. I'm going to use a paintbrush and get rid of that little bit of extra embossing powder that I don't want on there. One more spot I missed. Tap, tap, get that extra. I'm going to do it again. Okay. Now to heat set that, I won't burn my fingers. And when you see that powder turn into a shiny, clear, like plastic coating again, then you know that it's all done. Okay. One more thing that I want to stamp, that's on the inside of the card. I told you on this card here, I'm going to put one of those little monkeys. I'm going to put the banana, but I want to stamp this "Bananas About You." So with some Memento ink here, and that "Bananas About You" stamp, just ink that up good. Look at my desk is a mess again. No wonder I can never find my dimensionals, huh? All right, I'm going to just set that about there. I should be using my Stampin' Pierce mat, but hopefully my surface is hard enough it'll look fine. Oh yeah, look, there we go. Okay, we're all done stamping. Now it's time to assemble our card. I'm going to set this aside to dry. Oh no, one thing first. Let's go ahead and fussy cut all these little pieces and get all those littles out of there. So just close as we can, like that. There's one. There's two. And then here would be three. There we go. Now we have all of our pieces and parts. Let's assemble our card. So here's the front, the one that's not stamped on. I'm going to start by putting a little bit of adhesive. Let me make sure on this side. And then the little yellow monkey with his tail going this way, because we want it to be like this. I'm going to just set him in there so it looks like that on the back. And then with dimensionals, and once again, I keep looking, but they're not showing up. So we'll use all the edges of my dimensionals today. I'm going to just trim these down and put this all along. That middle one can hold those seams together. We want one up here by our monkey. And let's do a couple more. And one there. There we go. And take all those backs off. And now I'm going to take and set my little barrel down here at the bottom. Oh, and you know what? Always forget. We should put this on our card base first so that it lays flat. It's easier to put this on with tape runner when it's flat than when it has all those dimensions on there. So let's go ahead and put this on here first. There we go. Now one of the little monkeys that you can use with the punch, I'm going to put him down here. So I'm going to put a dimensional over here on his ear. And then maybe since I'm cutting dimensionals up, I'll put a little dimensional down here on his tail. See if I can get it on there without it showing from the front. Yep. Then I'll put just a glue dot here on his other ear. Take those backs off. Oop, man, don't put the, no, don't lose the dimensionals or the glue dots. And set that right there. Look how cute that little monkey is down there. Now, with this monkey here, I'm going to take that liquid glue and just put him flat to the card, making sure that his tail's at the top. So he would be the one at the top that you're holding on to, trying to pick up those other monkeys in a barrel. He's going to be the top one up here at the top. A little bit of liquid glue on there, and I think I'm going to just hang him right there. Okay, then on the back of this one and this one, these two monkeys here, I'm going to put dimensionals. This, whoop, let go. This monkey I'm going to put on first, and I'm going to just make it look like they're holding hands or holding on to each other, and set it just like this so that their hands match up right there. Then this little monkey, let me get that back off. I'm going to take his tail and loop them together like, maybe, yep, like, I missed, did you see that? His tail is not cooperating. There we go, like this. And then tuck it under here if he runs into this one, and just hang those monkeys like they're going up there. Okay, the little monkey oval, we're going to take that and we're going to put this on the front of our barrel. Right about there. Hold on, let that glue do its work. And then with those littles, I'm going to just fill in these blank spaces now. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom of each of them and just set one at an angle just so they look like they're just scattered on there. Little, little, little. Now on this card, I don't even know who to give credit. I saw a bunch of Barrel of Monkey kind of cards, and I just took and went with my own style. So there we go. And I did check the game. You can still get Barrel of Monkey games, and this is what they look like. There we go, just like that. Now while we have our glue out here on the inside, I'm going to go ahead. I should probably put this on my card first, but I'm going to put the monkey flat, so it's all right if I go ahead and put a little bit of bump on my cardstock. Put my monkey here. And then since this says I'm a banana's about you, I'm going to just take a little banana here and place it up there just to give it a little bit more character. On the back of that, we'll put some adhesive. And then just layer that on the inside. There we go, just like that. So there's that card. Let me get rid of this dimensional back here and put it in the trash. And where's our first card? Here he is. He's just swinging by right here. And then, of course, the card that I make for you looks like that. Alrighty, if you have any questions regarding Stamp Club, be sure and let me know. Oh, what is this? Trash. There we go. You be sure and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for being a part of Stamp Club, and I'll see you back here next month. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.